And you were saying I didn't know anything about it. What I said at that meeting was, and I was asked, what did I know about America? And I said, I do not know the details. They're asking me about the size of the company and that sort of thing. And I haven't got that information. So I said then, I do not know. I also said at that meeting that I was not involved in any negotiations that were done prior to that. Bill was chief exec, Bill was chairman, and I was not involved personally in those negotiations. That's what I said at that meeting. Obviously, since then, I've had a look into it and I've checked on the positions, obviously, particularly over the last 3 weeks.
You're happy with that?
Yeah, I'm very happy with that. I'm happy with that.
Okay. Can I also say, to Mr. Deakin, we're having great difficulties at the moment in raising the final few pennies for the few £1,000 actually for the statue. I don't want to say too much and disturb. I don't want to disturb the situation there, because I do believe that you probably want to go forward like Mike does and cooperate with the supporters. But I think you're going to find it very difficult if you treat the people that have raised £75,000 or £72,000 for the statue, the Spurgeon statue, and yourself and other members of the staff, senior members, are putting all the obstacles possible in our way to finish this statue off. I could list about 7 or 8 points, but I think to save your embarrassment, Mr. Deakin, I won't. But there may be some press statement coming out later on about it. But I am not happy with the way you have embezzled money.
Stop there.
No,
Stop there.
Hang on.
I'm trying to help you.
No, hang on.
Stop there.
Hang on. No, you can say what you want. You answer this question then. You answer this question.
Yeah,
I'll retract that then.
Yeah, please.
I'll retract that. Right, I retracted it. Okay? But you answer this question openly then. Have you put any obstacles in the way, you personally, or Mr. Lloyd, or anyone else at the football club, with the erection of this statue?
I haven't put any obstacle whatsoever in your way, personally. In fact, Jeff, if you let me finish, you came to see me a couple of weeks ago, concerned about...
10 minutes ago.
If I remember correctly, you said, well, I'm done, that's fine, thank you very much indeed, I really appreciate your help.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't say that. I'm sorry. That's words you were putting to the audience. No,
sorry, you did.
No, you have said to me several times you will probably get in touch. In fact, I've had a word with you before the meeting. I wasn't going to bring this up. I can't believe that I've had meetings, I've had discussions with you on two occasions. I've had discussion with Mr. Benning, a discussion with Paula Jones, a discussion with Bill Bratt, a discussion 2 or 3 times with Steve Speed, and not one person has got back to me about the situation with the flags, which the proposal fund are running the flags. I'm spearheading that project. You know full well what I'm talking about, and the recent incidents have just confirmed what I'm saying. The advertising boards, which are part of the flag sponsorship towards the Spurgeon Fund, have been taken down without our knowledge from the side of the community stadium. You didn't understand. You didn't know anything about it an hour ago when I spoke to you.
Still don't, Jeff.
No, you should have done, because somebody in your staff has taken down advertising boards which are still under contract with the supporters club and the Spurgeon Fund. And you also have given false information to, I can name the people but I won't, false information via an agency, I won't mention the agency, false information, and one of the people are going to withdraw their sponsorship of you for that reason. So don't tell me I'm saying things wrong. I am just saying to you that you should openly admit that other things have been done, and I'm not going to mention them, but you know what they are, about the awkwardness, well, I don't know what to say, because if I say the wrong word, I shall have to withdraw it, but you know full well.
I was just concerned about embezzlement, Jim.
No, I've dropped that, but I could actually say that, or be perhaps prepared to say it. There's nothing to hide, but if you are going to cooperate with the supporters club, I'm a committee member of the supporters club. I'm in this process board. I'm a lifelong member. I'm a season ticket holder, lifelong season ticket holder. I've never missed a match for 57 years. I can't see if you pull me starting out, but you've certainly not cooperated with the supporters club. And I would like you to say openly now in front of everybody that you will cooperate to help us to raise the last couple of £1,000 we need for the statue. Openly, without any interference. It's already had planning permission. It's had gone through the council, no problem whatsoever. You ratified that it had gone through the council when me and Peter Williams had a meeting with you. You confirmed to us there was no problem when the starting date was a week after we had the meeting with you, Peter Williams and myself. You reiterated that the starting date was no problem. You've got all the papers, everything was in place, and then you go to Cyprus with Mr. Bratt. A week later, Mr. Bedding comes down on the day that the statue was meant to start, and you say, you can't start the statue, you haven't got the paperwork. You knew full well we got the paperwork.
Is that it?
Yeah, I just wanted, if I can just reflect back to that then, is, to be fair, you know, we in here are well aware with the statue that's been going for 8 years and how deeply important it has been to all of us, and we've managed to, throughout this time, keep it above the party politics side of Port Vale Football Club, and it's all been done on that basis. I'm well aware of the what was referred to as the lack of assistance sometimes from within the club. I tend to think it's come from another official in the club rather than the chief exec, I must admit. But there is a need now, and it's very clear that we've got a bit of an eyesore, because the building site is always an eyesore, and we have a funding gap in relation to getting the project finished and done quite quickly. And so shall we just say that we've just reached an agreement that by private investment there will be an immediate restart on the project, and it will be brought to a swift conclusion.
Yep.
As part of some of the information we're trying to find out, I spoke to a lot of ex-employees of the club, and it's remarkable that they all come with a similar tale, and it's people on the make in terms of cash, resources and time, and it's clear that none of them had any respect for Mr. Bratt. When you get this kind of culture within an organisation where people are on the make, it comes from the top, and it clearly did in Mr. Bratt's case, because he was openly doing his business while he's been paid by Port Vale Football Club. He was selling Oldbury Mills in Congress for £800,000. People think he doesn't have a lot of money. And of course, we all know about the hotel in Blackpool that he was doing whilst he was chief executive. So my question is really to Perry, with your association of the past with Lemon Zest, are you part of the solution or are you part of the problem?
I keep hearing this Lemon Zest thing. To make it absolutely clear, I have no association with Lemon Zest. It was a company owned by a friend of mine. I was absolutely open about that. There's no issue with that. I don't think they trade anymore. Because he's moved on to something else. So I'm not really sure what you're asking, but there's absolutely no association.
Can you pick up there? You're sort of raising a point about almost dishonesty, you're saying. Isn't that what you're saying? Yeah. I mean, if you would like, and I don't think that things like that should be subject to open meetings, but if you would like to bring to any evidence that you've got, I will look at it. I do not. I think when we get into these situations, it's just not out there for the for general public. But if you'd like to do that, I will have a look at it.
What I'm saying is it's right in the club. and it needs root branch changing.
I think can we then say to, in a wider to Perry, Perry has two aspects of Chief Exec, which is looking at the creating the commercial investment and employing staff to do the commercial and get the financial investment in the club, but there's also the actual day-to-day running of the club with the staff line management and the staff in there. So can I perhaps redirect a little bit, Perry, and say to you, how do you envisage moving forward in the actual morale of the staff working at the club, but also ensuring that those staff in the club are working positively for Port Vale?
And just by making sure that exactly the things you've said happen. Everybody that works for Port Vale will have to have a passion and a desire to succeed. It's an absolute given. If you go to work for a business that I'm responsible for, then the minimum things I ask for is desire and passion for what you do. I have it. I work extremely hard. I'm actually significantly offended by what you've insinuated there. It's absolute rubbish. Complete and utter rubbish. And if it's gone on in the past at Port Vale, I can't do anything about that on the present and the future at Port Vale. If I find any wrongdoing at Port Vale, that individual will be dismissed immediately. There's no question about that. They will be dismissed immediately. And anybody that doesn't want to come to Port Vale every day and give 100%, as I've said, in terms of passion and effort, will find it a very uncomfortable place to work. And to answer Dave's question, that's how I see us moving forward, by everybody having the same agenda at Port Vale, not themselves, but the club's success, by looking at and renegotiating commercial agreements we have, which is what we've started doing, and having some significant success in, and making sure that we have a commercial operation that's fit for purpose, i.e. that we get out into the local and national business community and attract business to Port Vale, and that's what we're doing. And as Mike said earlier, we're actually having some real success at that, and I'm hoping that continues.
Going back to the proposal beginning of the year, but we said
no, the back, no, race on it. Red? Yeah, you go first. I'll come back in a minute, alright?
Just an aside, Perry, do you know who I am?
I don't know, sorry. I'm guessing you made the way with it.
I never saw you for 2 minutes. But you don't know who I am. You never spoke to me.
tells its own story, that one.
Just some observations, please. First of all, going back to the Nantes game, but they were fully aware that they had to pay for the pitch because I was in the office when I'm assuming he said the assistant manager made the phone call.
I'm saying the assistant manager had an opinion.
Who was it? Jeff Horsfield or Mark Drew?
Mark.
Jeff Horsfield was the manager last week.
I was there, as I say, I wasn't there, Ray, so I can't.
No, but they were fully aware that they had to pay for the pitches during the bad weather. Second
by the way, I agreed with that with Nantwich, which is why I paid it.
Yeah, but why did you pay at the time? I don't think you had the money.
Because I got members of my staff, Ray, that were telling me different, and I needed to look at all the circumstances before signing a cheque on the Port Vale's account.
Secondly, Mike, you say that you rejected most proposals for the good of the club.
I didn't actually say that.
Can I suggest then that you might have rejected Mo because you've had personal dealings with him prior?
I've met Mo on 2 occasions prior to his approach to Port Vale Football Club. He sat on the board of Piccadilly Arcade Limited, which are some shops in Hanley, and he got 2 units and sat on that board. He attended a couple of short board meetings, and that is all the only dealings I've had with him, in any shape or form. And the first time that I spoke to Mo after that raid was in this room at about 6 o'clock. After the meeting, nearly everybody had gone. Mark Sims and is it Kevin, his lawyer, came to speak to me. We sat there and we were speaking about moving forward and trying to find a solution to it all. We were having a sensible conversation. And Mo came over to that conversation, sat down at the side of me and harangued me for 3 minutes. Harangued me non-stop. That I was an idiot, I was a fool to come to the meeting, I shouldn't have been here, I was talking a load of codwash, and he went on and on and on. And in the end, he finished by pointing to his skin and said, is it that? Is it this that you don't want? And then Kevin looked at it and said, Mo, we're actually having quite a sort of reasonable conversation about going forward here. And I said, well, I've finished now, and walked off.